Sorry about that. I was on mute, so I'll start again. I'm Michael from EzzyBills, and I'm going to present a webinar today. And there's two webinars I'm going to do, one today and one next week. One today is really about how to set up EzzyBills, how to bring on a new client, one of your clients, and get EzzyBills to process their bills automatically. And the main thing I want to show is that really there's the onboarding process is there's really nothing to do. You just connect your client and that's all you need to do. You don't need to set up anything in EzzyBills. Everything will be done automatically. So that's what I'm going to show today. Next week, I'm going to go into some I guess, more complicated workflows, show some of the unique features of EzzyBills. But today, I'm just going to focus on the basically setting up onboarding process. So I'll get started. So here I'm at the EzzyBills website. So if you just go to our website, you'll see that you can click try free EzzyBills, and you would just create an account. And I've already created an account, and this is the account here. But what I want to show you is that when you do go to create an account, just choose create a partner account at the top there. If you make a mistake, you can always, in settings, you can always switch to a partner account. But when you go and set up, choose create partner account. So I'm going to log into my partner account now. And the way EzzyBills works is you can create what we call is the HQ account, which is the thing at the top. So when you go and create an EzzyBill account, it'll be a HQ account if you choose that partner part. And then you can create groups which are underneath the HQ account. And then you can have accounts under those groups, or you can have accounts in the HQ account. So in this case, I've got EzzyBills, and I've got a bunch of accounts under this EasyQA account. So I'm just going to go to another group. So think of these groups as folders. So folders might represent regional locations. They might represent different, say, franchises or different groups of companies, or they might be your bookkeepers, etc. You might set up groups that way. But you can set up different groups, and each group will be accessible through that account. And the HQ account, you can access it through the your login details. And the way permissions work is everything from the top down has permissions. So the HQ account has access to everything underneath it, and the groups have access to everything underneath it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and create an account here under this group. So I've logged into EzzyBills. I've got a new client. I want to add a new account. So I'm just going to go create a new account and add to the group. And this would be the standard sort of login. So I'm just going to create a new account. So after you set up your HQ account, you would probably come in here and add a group. Now I'll just connect it to Xero, and we support a variety of different accounting systems, but let me just do the connection. All right, so I've now basically set up this account, and I don't really need to do anything else. I'm just going to upload an invoice now into this account. So I've gone and set up this create a new EzzyBill account. I've connected it to Xero, and now I've just uploaded a bill, and I haven't done anything else. And that's the key. You don't really need to do anything else. The way EzzyBills works is it basically pulls all the information it needs from whatever it's connected to. So in the case of, say, Xero, we've gone and connected, we've pulled the supplier information, say the names, ABN numbers, email addresses, phone numbers. We've pulled all the account code history so that when we push a bill out into Xero or any other accounting system, we know how to code it. So say 40 seconds later, we've exported this bill into the Xero account. So you can imagine you've created an EzzyBill account, you've connected your client to it, and you're done. There's nothing really else for you to do. The bill's gone into Xero. It goes in as a draft bill. The account coding, like I explained before, we're going to look at the history. So you can imagine looking at all your bills in the client's account. We look at all the bills. We look at the bills for each supplier. We look at the descriptions, and we work out how to code things. So in this case here, this particular description has been coded as cleaning. So EzzyBills codes it as cleaning. So we've found a bill in the past and how it was coded. And these other ones, it may well be that for Bunnings, most people have been coding it as general expenses. So if we didn't find a matching description, we would use what's most common for that supplier. And so we've just coded it like that. So if you've been managing a client for the last 6 months, then I'm sure you have their account codes set appropriately, and so EzzyBills will be able to use that information to code the bill correctly. So let's come back over here. So if we have a look now at the HQ account, so just go over what I've done. So I went and created a new trial account or a new account. I connected it to this organization, and then I uploaded a bill, and the bill's gone straight into Xero. And really that's all you really need to do. There's nothing else you need to do to say onboard a client. Some of the information that we would use, so if we have a look here, so the due date on a bill is determined by the payment terms that you would set up in Xero. Obviously the invoice date and the supplier is read off the bill. Account coding, like I said, has been extracted and from history and put in, and tracking, etc. That is also can be done automatically, or we have a variety of workflows allow you to basically determine what the tracking or the job should be. You'll notice that on this bill, all the lines are taxed, but if we go and upload another bill, so I'm just going to upload another bill now, and this is a food invoice. So food invoices typically have some lines which are taxed and some lines which are not taxed. Some lines which are taxed and some lines which are not taxed. So EzzyBills is going to be able to read all the line details on the invoice, and the lines which are taxed, they'll go through into Xero as taxed, and the lines which are not taxed, they'll go through to Xero as not taxed. So you don't have to, worry about those sort of details. EzzyBills will take care of those as well. So if we have a look at this particular invoice, so you can see here we've got all the lines, and I think here the last line is actually related to some kind of freight related cost. So it's actually the only line that has tax. So you can see here we've extracted the lines and coded the last one. Once again, this description would have been in the history. So in the past, we've had a bill which had a SM container, a small container, and it was coded as freight and courier. So EzzyBills has found that on a previous bill and brought it in, and so we've coded it that way. So, you know, we've gone through and basically found the items or the lines which need, say, a freight, and the lines which do not, and it's happened automatically. All right. Now, what I've done here is I've shown you a couple of ways to bring bills into EzzyBills. I'm going to show you a few other ways now. So the way that I did it was I simply dragged and dropped a bill across into EzzyBills, but you can also email bills in. So I'm just going to email a bill in here. So you can see every EzzyBill account would get an email address associated with it. So I'm just going to send that bill. So the most typical situation for an EzzyBills users is they forward their bills through to EzzyBills. So they might get a bill which is comes into their, say, accounts email, and then they would forward it through to EzzyBills, or they might even set up an auto forwarding rule. So all the bills coming in, maybe for a particular supplier, or all the bills coming in to, say, maybe their Invoices email, they auto forward it through to EzzyBills. And so they would come through to us, and we process. Another way that we support importing bills is through email sync. So if your clients are using an Office 365 account or a Gmail-based G Suite account, then they can set up email sync. So this is where EzzyBills will connect to your inbox or your client's inbox and pull the bills directly from there. Or what you can do is you can set up, if you choose automatic, will pull from the inbox. If you choose manual, what you can do is when you sync EzzyBills to your inbox, to your email, we will create an EzzyBills folder under your inbox, and you can just drag any emails into that folder, and that'll automatically get pulled into EzzyBills. So they're the main ways that which we can bring in invoices from email. So this one here, this is the one that I just emailed in. So you can see here that this one was emailed in. We can have a look at the original email. So the original email is, say, saved, and it's available for viewing. So if I click in here, I can have a look at the original email, and it would open up in your email system. So this was the original email. And also when we push, if it's an email, when we push it into Xero, we'll also include the email body as well. So if someone sends an invoice through to you and it's got some details on it, say a note at the bottom of the email or something like that, then that would end up in the accounting system as well. So it gives you a lot of information there. So so let me just go back over that. So the main ways of bringing bills into EzzyBills are through email or drag and drop or selecting the bill. The final way I'll cover will be via the phone app. So with your clients, to I guess help with the onboarding of a client, if they're going to use their phone to capture emails, capture receipts, then all you need to do is basically click here, and that's going to send a manual or descriptions on how to do the set up mobile. And basically all you would do is you would download the app onto your phone, hover the app or the phone over this QR code, and that'll automatically log them in, and then they would be able to take a photo, and it'll go straight into their associated EzzyBills account. Next week I'll give some more details about different types of workflows for say the mobile app. You can capture the receipts, and they can go in as an expense claim. They can go as just as a bill, or they can go in as a spent money, linked against the bank account. So I've covered pretty much all the ways of getting documents into EzzyBills. If there's anything I didn't cover, I'm sure we probably support that method as well. The next thing I wanted to do is discuss how the actual subscription works with EzzyBills. So as I mentioned, EzzyBills has a hierarchy. So you've got, at the top, you've got your HQ account, then you've got groups, and then you've got accounts under it. And so if you go and buy a subscription on this HQ account here, then everything underneath it would be covered by that subscription. And you'd, depending on which plan you buy, you're basically paying about 10 cents per bill. So from experience, if you bought one of our, I'll just show that here. If you bought one of our E5 plans, so you get about, it costs $550 for $500 plus GST in Australia, and you get 4,000 invoices, which translates to about 20 clients, 20 typical clients. So what you can do is you can buy a subscription on, say, your HQ account, and then any bills that are uploaded to any account underneath the HQ account will be covered by your subscription. So you could probably put on 20, 30 maybe clients, and that $500 would cover them for the whole year. And that includes all the functionality that EzzyBills has to offer, including line items, extraction, automatic coding, everything like that. The other thing you can do is, if, for example, you might have a situation where you want to pay for some of your clients, and for other clients, they want to pay for themselves. So what you can do is you can basically break up your clients into two groups, into the group that you're paying for and the group that they're going to pay for themselves. And you'd buy the subscription on the group that you're going to pay for, and then everyone else will have their own subscription. You can still access everyone's accounts through the dashboard, but they would take care of their, I guess, subscriptions. And within the dashboard, you can also have a look at the usage of all your clients, etc. And if you do need to move clients around, then you can always move a client, say, from one group into another group. So I can move this client into here, so he'll now be in the EzzyQA group. So if, for example, you wanted to set it up so you've got maybe a couple of different groups for maybe different accountants or something like that, and you wanted to move some accounts into one group, and then you can just drag and drop, and that would allow you to do that. And of course, you can just directly access any account directly from the dashboard. So I've pretty much covered what I wanted to in this webinar. I just wanted to show you what processes are required to set up, say, a HQ dashboard and onboard a client, and how to manage your clients. So hopefully, if you can appreciate how simple it is, the process really is set up an account or HQ account, add a client, connect them, and really that's all you need to do. All the hard work's being done in the background. So it's a good opportunity now to, I guess, ask some questions. So let me refer to some questions. Yep, so first question is about pricing. So I'll just go back here. So for accountants, every subscription here you can buy any subscription here and put as many clients as you want on them. They're all, for accountants, they're all functionally equivalent. So all the functionality is available no matter what plan you buy. So if you wanted to start with a $100 plan and you put on 20 clients, and they, their usage is such that they maybe last for 3 months, then after 3 months, the subscription would renew, and then you might want to get on a bigger plan. The only difference between the plans are the price. So on say this plan, you basically get 700 documents for $100. For on the 550 plan, you get 4,000 documents. And by documents, I mean everything. So a receipt is a document. A 20-page invoice is a document. You don't pay any extra for more pages or line item extraction or anything like that. It's just document. Now, another question. So question about multiple invoices in a PDF. So it's one of the things I should have covered. So if we have a look in, say, the EzzyBills settings, you'll see that there's this thing called auto separate, and that's on by default. In fact, any settings that are on by default, that's generally what you'd want. There's not really a need to change any of the settings apart from checking for duplicate, which should be enabled. So the way auto separate works is when you upload a document to EzzyBills, EzzyBills will basically analyze the document, scan through all the pages of the document, and determine where to split the document. So if it's say it's a 12-page PDF, and then the first 2 pages is one invoice, then the next page is another invoice, and then you might have a couple more pages and then another split. So EzzyBills will go through and automatically split. So if for example, you've got 30 pieces of paper and you scan them all and you upload that single PDF into EzzyBills, or your client does, then we would split it up. So you don't have to worry about that. You just scan the lot as a single document, and we'll split it up. Okay, another question about pricing. So how does, what happens when your quota gets used up? The way it works is basically say you bought at this subscription. When the quota gets used up, so let's say you might get into, say, 10 months into your yearly plan. So you say spend $500, you get 4,000 documents for a year. After, say, 10 months, all the documents have been used up, then we would just renew. So you get another $500, we give you 4,000 documents, and that'd probably last another 10 months. So effectively, this plan would become like a 11-month plan or 10-month plan, depending on what your usage was. So a question about how does a subscription work for multiple users. So when specifically if a client logs in and uses the mobile app, can the staff member also then? Yes, there's no limit on the number of people who are logging in. So EzzyBills follows the model of one account per EzzyBill account. So HQ has one sort of login. Each group has one login, but there's no restriction on that. So, for example, if you could have, and you always do have, 50 people logged in, say, to the mobile app. So if I just come and have a look here, I'll show you. So you might have multiple people here who are using the mobile app. Some of them are processing expense claims. So this would be an expense claim. Some are processing as spend money. There's no restriction on how many people use the app or how many people log into EzzyBills, etc. So there's no restriction there. So a question about is there any way to code the accounts in EzzyBills? Okay, so I guess my response to that would be there's there's two ways to process like the account codes. You could well, there's multiple ways, but the most common is you just upload and let EzzyBills work it out by looking at the history. But you can go into the settings in Xero. So you would go into the settings and for say a particular supplier, you can set the default account here. So you can set that. So if you wanted to set all the accounts, then yes, you can do that, and EzzyBills would respect that. So you can set a default account in Xero. Another way would be through approval. So you can let's go here. You can let's go to another account. So EzzyBills supports approval process. So you can come into EzzyBills, set up 1, 2, 3 level approvals, and upload bills into EzzyBills, and that bill is going to then get processed and then go through approval. And during the approval process, you can approve the bill and set the account code. So if you wanted to set the account code within EzzyBills itself, then you can do it this way during the approval process. You can set that. And I'll show you that when it finishes. So another question, so I'll just quickly come in here. So during the approval process, you can come in here and set the account code and approve it, and it'll go into EzzyBills into Xero, and it would use that account code. Does the mobile app support multi-page invoices? Yes, you can. There is a setting in the mobile app where you can choose multi-page invoices. My personal suggestion would be if you're going to do multi-pages, then you're probably better off using an auto feed scanner and just feed it in. When suppliers are set, another question, when suppliers are set up automatically email invoices to EzzyBills, what happens with monthly statements? So this is going to get into more details than I wanted to, but so EzzyBills has a workflow engine, and we classify different documents. And so a statement would be classified as a statement, and the behavior of the statement depends on how you set up. The default behavior for, say, a statement would be it just gets stored in EzzyBills. It doesn't go anywhere. So if someone is forwarding all their emails through to EzzyBills, then the invoices go into Xero. The statements would just sit in EzzyBills and wouldn't go through. That's the default behavior. But you can actually set up workflows and do statement reconciliation. So statement reconciliation where we extract all the details off the bill, off the statement, and we generate a report and let you know about it. And so that can be set up too for statement workflows. But I'll get into that next week. But basically, not just statements, any document that's not an invoice, it would come into say EzzyBills. We might drop it if it's not something which we if it's just junk or something like that, nothing important. If it's a statement, we'd store it. If it's like a statement, a variety of different documents like remittance advice, etc., we just store them. certainly it's EzzyBills has been set up so that you can do auto forwarding, and we'll be able to deal with it. Does EzzyBills check for an ABN on invoices? Yeah, definitely. So when we go to identify who the supplier is, the process consists of looking up the ABN number for a supplier name, looking into the accounting system for that ABN number, since it's a unique identifier, and it can be used to route documents. So we use those bits of information. So if the ABN number is on the bill and there's a supplier in zero with that ABN number, then and there's only one supplier with that ABN number, then we would basically identify that as the supplier, and it would go through that way. If there's more than one supplier of the same ABN, which can happen for different branches of the same company, then we basically filter down the suppliers to that number. So if there was two, we'd filter down. We'd know it'd have to be one of those two, and then we look at the secondary information. So, for example, if I had two suppliers with the same ABN number, then we would probably be looking at things like account number, email or phone numbers, things like that on the bill to try and determine which one it is. But once again, that happens automatically. If we're a bookkeeper, is our minimum subscription for the 550 plan? No, any subscription will work for you. So for accountants and bookkeepers, any plan. So you can buy the minimum is the $100, $110 plan, and that $110 plan has all functionality that you need. Well, all the EzzyBill functionality is included, and unlimited companies for 700 documents per year. So yes, you can purchase that. Can we limit client access to upload only? Yes, you can just simply give them the email address. So if you say came in here and gave them this email address, then they can just forward their bills through to there. There's no need for them to log in. When they're using the mobile app, once again, they don't need to log in. They would just you would just email them this information, and they would use the QR code. The QR code would give them access. Well, the QR code would allow them to upload to your EzzyBill account, to the EzzyBill account, but it won't allow them to log in. So yes, you can set it up so that the clients are just using EzzyBills to get documents into the accounting system, and yeah, there's no real need for them to log in. So a question about logging into EzzyBills. So I've got multiple accounts here. So this EzzyQA account, so that is the sort of the top of the tree account. So that has access to everything. So you and anyone you give your username and password to would be able to log in to that account and see everything. If you set up, say, a group here, then you can give that username and password to anyone you want, and they'd be able to access this group and all the accounts under this group. The people who have access to this account would be able to access everything, including that and everything under that. So yeah, you can share accounts at a group level, or you might have multiple groups. So you might have another group here and then one group here, and then maybe this group belongs to one of your staff members, and the other group belongs to the other, and you can drag the clients between the groups if you want to, and that way so that they have access to the two accounts. Is it compliant with New Zealand tax requirements? So about I guess a quarter of all our clients are in New Zealand, so So yeah, we must be compliant, I guess. Yeah, we fully support New Zealand, and the difference between, so when you're in here and you choose New Zealand, then we're going to be looking at things like New Zealand GST numbers, and doing lookups in New Zealand, New Zealand tax codes, all those sort of things. So yes, we fully support New Zealand for MyOb, QuickBooks, and Xero, NetSuite, and a few others. Does EzzyBills show who uploaded the documents and when? So if you're dragging and dropping a document, then so let's come back here. So let's just have a look at the one that I uploaded. So if you're dragging and dropping, then we just know the person who's logged in is the person who uploaded. If you, so that's the one I want to look at. If you email it in, then we have the complete email that was emailed in, so we know, and that that audit trail follows all the way through into Xero, etc. So we know exactly who emailed it in. The mobile app, we know who took the photo, etc. So yes, the the information of who uploaded the document is known if it comes through, say, mobile app or emailed in. If you drag and drop, then we just know it's the person who was logged into EzzyBills. Oh, and the timestamps are fully in the log. So retention of documents. All documents are stored in EzzyBills and are uploaded to the accounting system. So in the case of Xero, we upload all documents. So we store documents for 8 years, irrespective of whether you have a subscription or not. But we also upload all documents into Xero. So if you have access to the company file, same with MyOb, we upload documents into MyOb as well and QuickBooks. So as long as you have access to those and the documents in there, you don't need a subscription to log into EzzyBills. So even if you stop using EzzyBills, you'd still be able to log into EzzyBills and all your documents would be there for 8 years. And I think I've answered all the questions. So if, let me just make sure. Karen, did you want to say something?
No, sorry, I put my hand up before when I couldn't hear you, so I'll just
put
it back down now. Sorry about that.
Oh, no, that was my fault, I think. Okay, I think I've covered everything, man. Covered everything. So, yeah, we're going to put this recording on our website. It'll be on the main page soon after the webinar, and then I'll be giving another webinar next week, covering some other details about EzzyBills workflows and audit checking and price checking and things like that. So everyone have a good day, and I'll talk to you next week. Thanks. Bye.